across America, there are roads that have terrified travelers for decades. Places where ghostly hitchhikers vanish into thin air, headlights appear in the rearview mirror only to disappear, and whispers echo through the trees with no one around. In this video, we're taking a drive down the most haunted roads in America. Keep your eyes on the road, and whatever you do, don't stop. Road number 1, Clinton Road, New Jersey. Hidden deep in the forests of Passaic County, Clinton Road is a place where history and horror collide. Stretching 10 miles through dense woods, its isolation has made it the backdrop for chilling legends, real crime, and unexplained phenomena. Built in the 1700s, Clinton Road has long been associated with secrecy and danger. Its remote location was once a notorious dumping ground for mobsters. The area has also been linked to reported Ku Klux Klan meetings and unsettling sightings of hooded figures lurking in the trees. One of the most famous legends tied to the road is that of a ghostly child said to haunt a bridge along the route. According to local lore, if you throw a coin into the water, the boy's spirit will toss it back. While some dismiss it as a trick of the current, others report an eerie presence lingering nearby. Many drivers claim to have been chased by menacing vehicles, old pickup trucks or black SUVs that tailgate aggressively before vanishing without a trace. Some believe these encounters are supernatural, while others suspect they're linked to real dangers lurking in the area. Clinton Road's chilling reputation isn't just based on folklore. In the 1980s, authorities discovered an unidentified young boy stuffed inside an icebox. Known as Boy in the Box, his body showing signs of being preserved before being dumped. The case remained unsolved until hitman Richard Kuklinski, better known as the Iceman, later claimed responsibility, adding another layer of real-life horror to the road's already sinister legacy. With its violent history, ghostly sightings, and unexplained encounters, Clinton Road is more than just an eerie stretch of pavement. It's a place where the line between myth and reality blurs. Whether you believe in spirits or not, one thing is certain. Those who travel this road at night often leave with stories they can't explain. Road number 2, Route 666, the Devil's Highway. Cutting through the desolate landscapes of the American Southwest, Route 666, now renamed Route 491, earned its chilling nickname long before the road signs changed. Spanning New Mexico, Arizona, and Colorado, this highway has been the site of eerie legends, fatal accidents, and unsettling reports from travelers who swear they've encountered something beyond explanation. Originally designated as the 6th branch of U.S. Route 66, Route 666 immediately drew attention due to its association with the biblical number of the beast. Superstitions ran deep, with many believing the road was cursed. Some drivers even refused to travel it, convinced that misfortune, or something worse, awaited those who did. The highway's reputation wasn't just based on its number. It became notorious for an unusually high number of fatal crashes. Some attributed the accidents to dangerous road conditions and reckless driving, while others whispered about a darker force at play. For decades, drivers have reported bizarre and terrifying experiences along Route 666. One of the most infamous stories involves a shadowy, high-speed truck that appears out of nowhere, tailgating drivers aggressively before vanishing. Many who have encountered it describe an overwhelming sense of dread. Given the highway's proximity to Navajo Nation lands, stories of skinwalkers, shape-shifting entities from Native American folklore, are common. Travelers have reported seeing eerie figures on the roadside that suddenly disappear or, more disturbingly, appear to chase moving vehicles at unnatural speeds. Some claim to have picked up lone hitchhikers who, after a few miles, simply vanish from the passenger's seat. Others report seeing spectral figures standing motionless on the roadside, only to disappear when approached. While many legends surrounding Route 666 are unverified, the road's history of deadly accidents is very real. Poor lighting, long stretches of unpatrolled highway, and dangerous curves made it one of the most hazardous roads in the region. The frequency of fatal crashes only deepened its cursed reputation. In 2003, the highway was officially renamed US Route 491 in an attempt to distance it from its ominous past. However, locals and longtime travelers insist that the spirits of Route 666 never left. Today, Route 491 is just another highway on the map. But for those who have driven it at night, the unsettling energy remains. Whether it's the power of superstition or something more sinister, one thing is certain: not everyone who travels the Devil's Highway comes back the same. Road number 3. The Devil's Promenade, Missouri, Oklahoma. Straddling the border between Missouri and Oklahoma, a remote stretch of road known as the Devil's Promenade has baffled travelers for over a century. This lonely path is home to one of America's most enduring paranormal mysteries, the Spook Light, an unexplained, glowing orb that appears in the darkness, hovering, darting, and even following those who dare to seek it. The Spook Light, also called the Hornet Spook Light, has been reported since the 1800s. Some describe it as a flickering lantern in the distance, while others claim it moves with intelligence, zigzagging across the road or vanishing when approached. Theories about its origin range from ghostly spirits to atmospheric anomalies, but no scientific explanation has fully accounted for the phenomenon. One popular legend ties the light to a tragic love story. Some say it's the spirit of a Native American couple who leaped to their deaths rather than be separated. Another tale suggests it's the ghost of a miner searching for his lost family. Despite the folklore, the light remains an unsolved mystery. Over the years, scientists and paranormal researchers have attempted to explain the Spook Light. Some suggest it's headlights from a distant highway bending over the horizon. However, reports of the light predate automobiles, making this theory incomplete. While ignited gases can create glowing effects in marshy areas, the Spook Light is seen in all weather conditions and doesn't behave like natural gas flames. Some speculate that shifting underground rock formations could be generating electrical charges, though no concrete evidence supports this. Despite countless investigations, the light continues to appear without a definitive cause. Beyond the Spook Light, travelers on the Devil's Promenade often report an eerie atmosphere. Some describe feelings of being watched, strange sounds in the surrounding woods, and an unnatural silence that settles over the road at night. Whether these are just nerves or something more remains up for debate. The Devil's Promenade remains a hotspot for curious visitors, ghost hunters, and skeptics alike. Some leave convinced they've witnessed something supernatural, others still searching for answers. One thing is certain: whatever haunts this road has yet to reveal itself completely. Road number 4. Archer Avenue, Illinois. Cutting through the southwest suburbs of Chicago, Archer Avenue is more than just an ordinary road. It's a stretch of history, mystery, and ghostly encounters. Running through old cemeteries, ancient Native American land, and once thriving speakeasy haunts, it has become one of the most infamous paranormal hotspots in the Midwest. Archer Avenue dates back to the 1800s and was once a major trade and travel route. The area surrounding it has long been associated with supernatural activity, partly due to its proximity to historic burial sites, including the Des Plaines River Valley, land once occupied by Native American tribes. Some believe that the spirits of those displaced or buried here never left. The road is also lined with old churches, taverns, and cemeteries that have been around since Chicago's early days. This eerie mix of history and tragedy has fueled countless ghost stories. The most famous spirit of Archer Avenue is Resurrection Mary, often described as the quintessential vanishing hitchhiker. According to legend, Mary was a young woman who, after an argument with her date at a local dance hall in the 1930s, stormed off into the night. She was later struck and killed by a car while walking along Archer Avenue. Ever since, countless motorists have reported picking up a young blonde woman in a white dress near Resurrection Cemetery, only to have her suddenly vanish from the car before reaching her destination. Some have even claimed to see her ghost outside the cemetery gates, gripping the bars as if trying to return home. Archer Avenue is home to more than just Resurrection Mary. Other strange occurrences reported along this road include the Willowbrook Ballroom, formerly the O. Henry Ballroom. Before burning down in 2016, this historic dance hall was said to be one of the last places Mary visited before her death, and many claimed to see her ghost near the site. St. James Sag Church and Cemetery, dating back to the 1800s, is known for eerie lights, shadow figures, and reports of monks in hooded robes, silently walking the grounds before disappearing. At Archer Woods Cemetery, visitors have reported ghostly figures, strange mist formations, and unexplained whispers late at night. Some travelers claim to have seen old-fashioned horse-drawn carriages moving along the road, only to vanish into thin air. Others report shadowy apparitions darting across the street, causing drivers to slam on their brakes, only to find nothing there. Even skeptics admit that Archer Avenue has an undeniable energy, especially after dark. Whether it's the weight of history, the power of urban legend, or something truly paranormal, those who travel this road often leave with a story. Road number 5, Shades of Death Road, New Jersey. Nestled in the dense forests of Warren County, New Jersey, Shades of Death Road is as eerie as its name suggests. This 7-mile stretch, running along the edge of Jenny Jump State Forest, has a long and chilling history of violence, mysterious deaths, and ghostly encounters. Unlike many so-called haunted roads, the stories surrounding this one aren't just urban legends. Some are backed by real, documented tragedies. The origins of the road's ominous name remain uncertain, but theories abound. One suggests it was due to the high number of murders that took place here in the 19th and early 20th centuries, including highway robberies gone wrong and brutal disputes among settlers. Another theory links the name to outbreaks of malaria that once plagued the area, causing a string of deaths before the swamps were drained. Some locals believe the road got its name from the thick, shadowy trees that once lined it, creating a tunnel-like effect that made it unnervingly dark even in daylight. Murder and tragedy seem woven into the road's history. In the 1920s and 1930s, several unsolved killings occurred here, including a man who was bludgeoned to death with a tire jack, and another who had his throat slit before his body was dumped along the roadside. The area also gained notoriety for a supposed lynching tree where vigilante justice was carried out. Over time, locals whispered that the spirits of the murdered still linger, wandering the road at night. The paranormal legends surrounding Shades of Death Road are just as unsettling. Travelers report seeing shadowy figures darting between the trees, ghostly mist forming suddenly in the middle of the road, and phantom headlights that appear behind cars before vanishing into thin air. One of the most infamous supernatural tales involves Ghost Lake, a small body of water that often appears to glow at night, especially under a full moon. Some claim to see spectral figures rising from its misty surface. Nearby, abandoned cabins sit in decay, adding to the location's unsettling reputation. Adding to the mystery is the phenomenon of the fairy hole, a small cave near the road that was once used by Native Americans. Some believe it has spiritual significance, while others claim strange occurrences happen near its entrance, such as disembodied voices and flickering lights deep inside. Even today, Shades of Death Road maintains its chilling aura. Locals warn against stopping for too long, especially after dark. Whether it's the weight of its bloody past, lingering spirits, or just the power of suggestion, those who drive this road often leave with an uneasy feeling, and sometimes an experience they can't explain. Road number 6, Prospectors Road, California. Deep in the Sierra Nevada foothills, Prospectors Road is a relic of California's gold rush era, a time of fortune, betrayal, and sudden disappearances. This winding, isolated road near Coloma, where gold was first discovered in 1848, holds dark secrets from miners who mysteriously vanished to spectral figures still seen by travelers today. Those who walk or drive this road often report unsettling experiences, as if the past refuses to stay buried. During the gold rush, prospectors staked their claims along this rugged path, but greed often turned deadly. Many disappeared without a trace, likely the victims of robbery or murder by those looking to steal their gold. One particularly chilling legend tells of the White Witch, a ghostly woman in flowing white who supposedly lured unsuspecting miners to their deaths over the cliffs. Some believe she was once a woman murdered along the road, seeking revenge on those who came in search of fortune. The paranormal activity here is undeniable. Ghostly lanterns have been spotted bobbing through the trees, resembling the lights miners once carried. At midnight, some claim to hear distant screams and echoing voices, as if the past is replaying its tragedies. The most infamous spirit is that of a murdered miner, still heard whispering, "Get off my claim," to those who dare to stop. Many have reported seeing his shadowy figure walking the roadside, only to vanish into thin air. Not all of the road's tragedies are distant history. In 1947, a devastating bus crash claimed the lives of 22 passengers when the vehicle lost control on a sharp curve. Since then, reports of ghostly figures standing near the crash site have surfaced, and some drivers say they've seen a phantom bus appearing on foggy nights, only to fade away when approached. Prospectors Road remains a lonely, eerie stretch of highway, its haunted reputation cemented by decades of ghostly sightings. Whether it's the spirits of miners who met untimely ends, the echoes of a tragic disaster, or the weight of the past pressing down on the landscape, those who travel here often leave with an unsettling feeling, if they leave at all. Road number 7, Route 2A, Vermont. Tucked away in Stowe, Vermont, along Route 2A, lies Gold Brook Bridge, better known as Emily's Bridge, one of New England's most infamous haunted locations. This covered bridge, built in 1844, carries a tragic tale that has persisted for generations, drawing paranormal investigators and curious travelers alike. The legend tells of Emily, a young woman who was said to have taken her own life on the bridge after being abandoned by her lover. Some versions claim she planned to elope, only to be left waiting at the altar. Heartbroken, she either hanged herself from the rafters or threw herself into the brook below. While no historical records confirm her existence, the hauntings at the bridge are well documented. Visitors report scratches appearing on their cars, unexplained bangs and footsteps on the wooden planks, and an overwhelming feeling of unease. Some have heard a woman's screams echoing through the night, while others claim to see a shadowy female figure lurking near the bridge. Pedestrians have even felt unseen hands pushing them, as if Emily herself is still lashing out in grief and rage. Skeptics argue that the bridge's eerie sounds come from its aging wooden structure, but those who have experienced the violent, unexplainable encounters believe otherwise. Whether Emily is real or just a legend, one thing is certain. This quiet Vermont bridge holds a chilling presence that refuses to be forgotten. These roads remind us that some journeys have no exit, and some passengers never truly leave. Have you encountered something on a lonely road? Share your story below. Safe travels, if you're lucky.